What are your thoughts on Alex Iwobi? Let me know in the comments. No matter what team you support, whether you're an Arsenal fan, what do you think about our ex-Arsenal player? What about if you're a Nigeria fan? It's a mixed bag sometimes. Alex Iwobi, the guy who scored the goal that sent us to the World Cup. But sometimes, especially that one game, he got a red card in the AFCON that basically saw us get eliminated. And also, that was a game that he was so bad, according to the Nigerian fans, and they started bashing him on social media. So it's always been like a mixed situation with Alex Iwobi. Very good, but very bad. Or if you're an Everton fan, let me know your thoughts about Alex Iwobi in the comments. And a quick story for me. Alex Iwobi is my favorite player. And I know it sounds weird. I'm an Arsenal fan. There's Bukayo Saka. There's Odegaard. There's Saliba, Gabriel. There are so many options to choose from. But he's deeper than that for me. As an Arsenal fan growing up, my favorite player of all time, Kanu Nwankwo, was the only Nigerian at Arsenal. So my favorite number is 4, even though he was number 25, I think, for Arsenal. But the number he wore for Nigeria was 4. I loved him that much. He's a Nigerian super eagle hero, Kanu Nwankwo. My favorite player of all time. I need to get a plaque of him somewhere soon. Legend. But after him, we didn't really have an Arsenal player that came and broke through the ranks. Chuba Pom did for a little bit, but he never really stuck until Alex Iwobi, the young man who had so many high expectations, obviously, because of his uncle, JJ Okocha, another Nigerian legend, Bolton legend, Premier League legend, if you remember. Barclays era legend, the maestro. Ronaldinho put him as one of his favorite number 10s of all time. Ronaldinho is actually quoted to have said, I might be paraphrasing this, that JJ Okocha is one of the most technically gifted players he's ever played with. That's who Alex Iwobi was meant to live up to, because his uncle, JJ Okocha, was so good. I remember when he broke through the ranks, we saw him. That was one game against Barcelona, outstanding performance. Everton game, outstanding performance. And it just all seemed to go downhill from there, especially after one bad game. And then the Arsenal fans started bashing him. I remember the season before he left, that Europa League final against Chelsea where we got destroyed. He scored a worldie from miles away. The only goal we scored in that final. But that season, that summer transfer window, he was sold to Everton Football Club. And my heart broke. My heart absolutely shattered. But I followed him ever since. Just like I followed Kanu Nwankwo when he went to West Brom, when he went to Portsmouth, till he eventually retired. I've been following Alex Iwobi. I watch every game. I even got congratulatory text today from my brother who knows how much I love the guy. He said, congratulations to you and Iwobi. I've just always been a fan. He's my favorite player right now, playing, that's still active. And I wish him all the best. At Everton, he has played right back, right wing back, midfield, left midfield. He damn near played everywhere. One of the most versatile players and one of the most unsung heroes in the Premier League as far as I'm concerned. He's very, very underrated. But this season, he's having the season of his life with 8 goal contributions. I think 5 goals and 3 assists this season already. He's having the season of his life and I'm so pleased for him. I couldn't be happier. Stellar performances. Week in, week out. Mr. Consistent for Fulham. He also never gets injured, so he's barely ever missing games. And this is something that he's had all through his career. But seeing him today against Brighton, getting that early goal with sharp thinking, closing down and anticipating an error from the goalkeeper. If after you anticipate, that's not where it ends. You also have to finish your dinner. Yes, open goal. Yes, it was easy, but he did the job. And Brighton equalized. Everybody thought that was going to happen from there and they were going to just, ride through and win the game from behind. But it didn't happen like that. Fulham got in the lead and then upstep Iwobi to make sure that everything was solid and the 3 points were definitely staying at Craven Cottage in Fulham. I was blessed to have seen him in person. I went over to watch the Fulham versus Arsenal game last season. We actually lost that game, I think 2-1 from behind. Saka got us a goal early and then they equalized. He had a very good game as well with my other Nigerian, Basi. He broke my heart, but I was pleased for not just Iwobi, but for Basi also. I love seeing my Nigerian boys do well. But I'm so proud of Iwobi. I asked you guys earlier to let me know what your thoughts are of him. My thoughts of Iwobi are as follows. He is very underrated, but I know he was struggling with confidence. initially when he was bouncing around playing all sorts of positions, it was affecting him a little bit. And then he will play attacking for Arsenal, for Nigeria, go back to Everton, and he will play on the wing or wing back. It was always such a confusing state I felt he was. So this move back to Fulham, back to Fulham, back to London that he loves. You know, Fulham is very close to Arsenal too. Back to where he was from. I'm sure that eased him a little. To a manager who believes in him. If you know, his manager now at Fulham was his manager who brought him to, if I'm not mistaken, he brought him to Everton. But they didn't do well, so they fired him. Now he's back with the man that has so much faith in him and trusts him in a plethora of positions. Because if you ask Fulham fans, he's like Mr. Reliable. They had so many players out suspended for this game, but they just played Iwobi in a slightly deeper role. But it didn't even look like he was playing a deeper role. It looked like he was playing the forward role. With the issue with Pereira, I don't know if you guys know this, but Pereira did an interview where he said he would like to go to Marseille, and then the coach, I think, punished him. But he said, oh no, it was just for technical reasons. But we know when these things happen, you want to take the player, remove him from the limelight for a second after he had pissed off the fans. Obviously, you can't say that as a pro. But he was on the bench today. Iwobi just filled in that position and slotted him perfectly. It just seemed like he was everywhere today. Everywhere. He plays on the left, he plays on the right, he plays in the midfield, and he's flourishing. And I love this. I was on Twitter after that goal, just seeing the praise from Fulham fans. I actually watch all his games as long as I'm available and I'm not working. Every time I watch him, I always like to go and see what the Fulham fans, the perspective they have, because I'm very biased and I tend to see the good side only. But to hear and see and read all the comments from all the Fulham fans just talking about how he's their player of the season, how he's been exceptional for them, always delivering, just pleased my soul. Pleased me so much. Because as much as he had struggled in the past, my boy is coming into himself. And he's always been happy, always on social media doing his thing. He also makes music. I don't know how I feel about that, but as long as you perform on what pays you, you can do whatever you want in your spare time. And he's releasing music actively as well as playing professional football. You know, I just thought I had to come on here after his amazing performance, man of the match performance, scoring 2 goals. I don't remember the last time he scored 2 goals. I was hoping he would get a hat trick, but he was just everywhere. And I'm so pleased for my boy Alex Iwobi, as Kelechi AFC will say. You know, it's good when players have support and a little bit of a less pressure, because at Arsenal, the Arsenal fans are brutal, even towards their own, especially if you're not delivering. So I think that affected him, but I'm glad to see my boy back. And he's been back since he left, to be honest. At Everton, he was one of their best players. He was doing so much for them, playing out of position. But his output was not as much as this. I think this is his best season so far. I think last season he got 5 goals, but in terms of GA, this season is his best season in his career. And I love that. I think he's 27 now. He has a few more years to go at the peak. And I just wish this boy all the best, you know. Alex Iwobi, if you ever see this, keep doing what you're doing. And we as Nigerians, we as ex-Gunners are so pleased for you to keep shining. But please, not next weekend. We still have a title to chase. You can, simmer down for next weekend when we play you guys. Please, I'm begging, okay? Just calm down. If you like scoring on goal, you will be forgiven. You will be forgiven by us at least. Yeah, wish you all the best. And I'm talking like he's going to watch this video, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section about this video. And if you're new, please consider subscribing. It truly helps out. Take care. God bless. Peace.